back to 5:05. If it's a 7-hour flight or a 45-minute drive, in my imagination you're waiting, lying on your side, with your hands between your thighs. Stop and wait a sec. When you look at me like that, my darling, what did you expect? I'd probably still adore you with your hands around my neck, or I did last time I checked. Not shy of a spark, the knife twists at the thought that I should fall short of the mark. Frightened by the bite, though it's no harsher than the bark. The middle of adventure is such a perfect place to start. I'm going back to 5:05. If it's a 7-hour flight or a 45-minute drive, in my imagination you're waiting, lying on your side, with your hands between your thighs.
There's a lot of life in the streets.
Yeah.
The streets are full of life, and by streets I mean streets, not bars, not restaurants, but just in the street. People drinking in the street, cinema in the street.
Yeah, yeah.
So
This I think is peculiar of Bologna. Like there is another nice thing about Bologna is that it's like the city. We are now recording from the city center, and the city center itself is really lived. It's like a lot of young people, a lot of shops, not too expensive. People party in the streets in the city center. It's not like a reserve for a few. Like Milan is very much high-end stores and a bit less of this. Instead, in Bologna, it's peculiar about that. I don't know. I think in southern Italy there is a bit the thing about living in the streets, but also depends where you go, right? It's like. Not all cities are like that.
I only have Napoli to compare
Yeah,
to.
Napoli is very much like that's the most because people from Napoli are the most extroverted. There is a lot of that. If you go to Puglia, Lecce, you're gonna see also very similar. But I don't know. In general, I would say it stands a bit different from north and south distinction. Bologna.
It's like a middle point.
A middle point, yes. A bit of both, a bit of neither.
I like it, and it makes sense because it's in the middle of Italy too.
Yeah, yeah. Anche se il mondo perde gusto, un flow da 5 stelle gusto. Il vero lusso è dire le monse tanu sono un disastro come l'11 però di luglio. Esci dal guscio, stai in un pugno e lì dentro fa sempre buio. Come nel mio appartamento non è distante. Nella TV dei miei vicini le storie italiane. Sento il 1000° litigio ma apparentemente vale la pena di farsi in 4. Puoi sentirsi soli in un bilocale. Di normale non c'è nulla anche se pensi di sì. E di contanti non ho più perché li ho persi nei jeans. Zero capitale, Washington DC. Voglio pulirmi la coscienza in una washing machine come Biggie, ma ho problems.
And that actually like it will be.
Sicuramente un modo per valorizzare se lo tieni in una cantina lì, tutto chiuso. Diverso il nord dal sud, l'est dall'ovest, cioè...
Can I change the...
We are melting here in Bologna. Don't come in Bologna because it's the worst.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, you have to jump on a trampoline and then whoop, you get into the bed immediately.
GPT didn't conquer the world yet.
Fuck! Yeah.
I want to be an Italian trip. Hi, it's Emmanuel from Italy.
Sorry, scusami.
It's a non-McDonald's. We take orders at the cashier.
Selezione naturale in corso. What? Che tipo di selezione naturale sta parlando?
Vespas. The Vespas do not survive anymore.
Ciao,
Bella.
è un piacere
John.
vederti qui. I don't know, man. I guess I want to ask about the life in Bologna. Maybe like compared to the life in Milan, differences between the cities,
Okay.
or differences between Bologna and the rest of Italy. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the matter?
So I cannot say much about the difference between life in Bologna and life in the rest of Italy, as I've not lived outside of Milan and Bologna that much. Regarding Bologna and Milan, very different feelings. Milan is more stand-up-ish, let's say, like you need to appear way more, you need to be, well, it's often people say that in order to enjoy it you need to have money, and like I'm a resident, I'm actually from Milan, so it is a bit like that, I have to say. Like I'm not really a Milan lover, and in general people in Italy are not Milan lovers either. Bologna instead seems to attract other kind of people. It's a very student city, like a lot of young people, but also has I don't know, a different vibe. It's like low-key, people tend to be happier, a bit more chill, instead than in Milan people are more like, I need to go to work, you're making me lose my time. That's kind of usually the attitude. So for now I'm quite happy to be here. And I mean, Milan has, I'm narrating only the bad sides, like it has a beautiful Duomo, much better than the one in Bologna, but and a lot of art, so that's pretty much it.
Has the oldest university in the world, right? Bologna?
Yeah. I heard that like there was an even older one in Casablanca, Morocco, but I haven't double checked that. For sure in Europe is the first university.
Sorry?
It's a monastery called San Luca that you have a pilgrimage from Bologna all the way to that, and you can get there by walking all under the porticati di Bologna, by never leaving the shade.
But those are the only ones that are still...
But no, those,
standing?
that one, it's also still standing. It's shorter, they're not always tall. Some of them were shorter.
Wait, but this one is the one we've seen many times.
Those two are the ones we've seen many times.
Alright. Yeah.
That one over there is another one. That one is a campanile, a church.
Yeah.
And then you have a few other towers, but they have always been either like cut down or demolished or shortened so that they don't fall anymore. It was like Manhattan, but back in the 1200s.
With very
Hundreds.
unstable, slim...
Yet hundreds of towers that looked like this.
That is so surreal. It sounds like some fantasy book, you know?
Yeah, that's the magic of Italy. Each city has such a rich culture and so much history that looking back on it, it just sounds like it's made up.
Hey, I love Bologna. I really like Bologna. Maybe Milan and Genoa, I didn't have time to see it as much, but it was very centered on the individuals. Here it seems much more of a collective, I don't know how to explain it, but it seems more of a collective in general, rather than just everyone for themselves. I think we made it to center of Italy now. We are in center of
We're
Italy.
still a bit in the north.
Yeah, it's quite north, but I think that this is like a... I was asking Ivan the same question, he said like this is, to him it felt like a middle point between the north and the south. Not geographically, but perhaps more in the mannerisms, culture, I don't know, energy of the city.
I'm gonna ask a meta question.
Meta.
How
Quantum
does
computing.
it feel to be behind, like in front of the camera for once instead of the one recording?
Yeah, it's very weird. I appreciate and thank every person that I've put through this pain at the times. It's harsh, but I guess it's nice at some points to have my faccia appearing.
And how's it been feeling the Italian coming back to you, speaking Italian with people?
I feel very Italian. The more I drink, the more Italian I feel. Also, let's say that.
Before you complete the transformation, you need a cigarette.
Oh yeah, now I just need my cigarette and espresso, and they will treat me as one of their own.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Also all the roofs.
To experience and to Aperol Spritz also.
Indeed. We just had one, we're about to go have another one.
Yeah, it was really nice.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. I wish there were some like quantum computer questions that are
What do you think about quantum computing?
Bring
the metaphysical part.
I bring the metaphysical part. Like within reality, the most fundamental things are not what is perceived in the physical, but actually, in general, the non-material things in some sense.
I'm so sorry, I'm just zooming on your mouth.
Yeah, no, somewhere, you know, right here, so I can, yeah. That's the only reason, really, truly.
That's a really great reason.
And there's castles, I think. I heard there's castles, but I don't know.
That's only in San Marino.
Tomorrow I'll take the train, I'll ask how to get there, and I'll get there.
Vedi solo alla fine, nuovo cinema paradiso. E non siamo altro che una somma tra amici, famiglia, quartiere, paure degli altri, insulti, preghiere. Capirsi a volte risulta complesso, ma il mondo è sferico, non si limita a un cerchio. E il globo è tuo, yeah, e me lo tengo nel palmo mentre giro con le cortese al lago. E sto attento a non macchiarle di fango, perché ne ho soltanto un paio, ma il globo è tuo, yeah. Se non vuoi fare soldi ma stare più in alto di un'antenna telefonica, voglio una casa con il pavimento in Nokia, perché se la base tiene solida.
We got the cap. We got the cap. San Marino. 11th of July, 2023.
All the buses are free.
No. What?
What is free? All the buses are free.
If you pay with a smile, then you enter.
Pay.
So no.
You pay with buonasera.
Paul,
Yes.
do you like living in Rome?
Yes. Sometimes I hate it though.
It is what it is, you know?
Ciao.
Ciao, sono Paolo a Roma.
Ciao, buonasera.
Sì, qualche cosa amo e qualche non mi piace. Per esempio, the fucking public transportation. You know what they say?
What?
Roma
È la più bella città
del mondo.
del mondo.
Sì, sì.
Del mondo, al mondo.
No, insomma del mondo.
A Roma si mangia bene, ci sono gli autobus molto belli, ci sono i treni che mai vengono ritardati.
Oh.
No, amiamo Roma per questo.
Bella stazione.
E poi sì, e per la pizza bianca.
Pizza bianca, Trastevere, Papa Francesco.
Francesco. Sì, Francesco. Veniamo a Roma per
I gatti
Papa.
di Roma.
I gatti.
Molto mi piacciono i gatti.
Anche a Ostia ci piace.
We are at Lago Bracciano today and we're having a little snack. I just had a focaccia,
Wie viele Stücke hast du gegessen?
100% italiano, 100%.
Sí, es mucho más cómodo. La histórica cámara.
Mira, pero ¿qué hace este boliviano por aquí?
Directamente de Potosí a Bracciano en un rato.
De Potosí a Bracciano, bajando por la cuesta larga. Giovanni Rincontro.
Diana.
Pero de Lima, ¿no? Original.
No, ayacuchano.
Ayacuchano. Es romano.
También soy romana, imitando a Francesco Totti.
Vende.
Mortaci tu.
Ya se la sabe toda.
Afternoon in the Firenze station. The bus is late, but it's not strange. Stuck in traffic, time still flows, and the ride takes longer and feels shorter than expected. The Toscana hills go dark as a stranger and I name all countries in the world. After 4 hours of names, countries, people, 2 lives, and a long conversation, there is no strangeness between us anymore. And just like that, we are estranged again, each on their own way. Far, close, and far again. Maybe that is a little strange. A stranger estranged at the same time as a friend reconciled. Those are the weird symmetries of life sometimes. Paul is here. We are in Rome. Water from the fountains is cold and delicious. Water is so good. Someone on a 4-hour bus ride once told me underground water is the best kind of water. The most powerful, the most healthy. The wolf that gave milk to Romulus and Remus way back when knew what she was doing, forcing us all to develop the headquarters of Western society in a water paradise. It's 40 degrees outside though. We wait for the bus as 13-year-olds pass by smoking cigarettes. We are going to the coastal town of Ostia. So many jokes to make and not a single Spanish person to laugh at how bad they are. Next to the station there is a pyramid built when Jesus Christ was still a child. It's very warm. In the train to Ostia we relax, and relaxed we remain. On the beach, the lifeguard is not having a good day. The sea is violent today, and some people want to go deep in the water. He takes it personal. His hand gestures could represent the first universal language. Groups of young people concentrate in the shaded areas. 13-year-olds smoke cigarettes, 16-year-olds obliviously puff on their first joints, and 18-year-olds are in charge of the music. A full spectrum. And then there's us, unsure of our role, acknowledging, maybe for the first time, how much older we look. The alarm rang some time ago. Now cigarettes are too expensive and taste like shit anyways. We smoke weed without the mindless laugh we used to have, and we play music at a normal volume, unsure whether the whole beach will enjoy some 2016 Drake. It's easy to miss those times. Buses are apparently free. No one even fakes the ka-ching sound of a ticket getting validated. Just get in and sit down. A fast and free tour with AC. What an underrated touristic attraction. Coming back from Ostia, there are abandoned buildings with poetry written on the walls. Huge churches hide in between residential buildings. People gather on the shadows. Some sleep, some smoke, some drink. All hide from the sun. Relaxed in the bus, everything is fascinating. At night, Trastevere booms with life. Tourists and Italians mix homogeneously. It's beautiful when that happens. The narrow streets and improvised piazzas with their lights and restaurants reflect that Hollywood image of Italy that I've been exposed to my whole life. Maybe that is why there are so many Americans. In the middle of a piazza, a man sets up his own concert. Dancing to Italian hits are equal parts tourists building up anecdotes to tell their family and friends, and older Italians reminiscing about other times. The rest sit down. 13-year-olds smoke cigarettes, groups of friends drink their first spritz of the night, and we share pizza and beer. The night ends at Piazza Gianicolo, looking down at this magical city built on top, around, and within a much older one that in a way or another shaped many of the ways we speak, act, live. We wonder, but just about the present. I didn't know this was possible. I guess we just needed to be relaxed. Indeed.